Welcome back to redheart.com as well as the Crochet Crowd. I'm your host Mikey, and in today's tutorial we're working on the large Picot flower. Now we already have the small one already completed in tutorial format. You should know that the pattern is not identical. There is a slight variation between one versus the other. The major difference between these as well is that the hook size is different. So we used a size 4mm or a size G crochet hook for the small one. This is the larger one, so I'm using a size J or a 6.0mm crochet hook today. We're gonna be using the same yarn that we did in the last one. It's the Red Heart Gumdrop. This is really geared for baby. It is exceptionally soft and great for adding any accessories to baby projects or any projects that you would really love to have ultra softness plus ultra colors, as you can see. So let's get started on the large Picot flower right now. So let's begin. I am using the Red Heart Gumdrop, a size 6.0mm J crochet hook today. I'm starting off with the slip stitch, and I have provided you the free pattern that's available in the link of the more information of this video. So let's start off, and it says with the larger hook chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Whoops, we got 6, and we want to form a ring. So we're just going to take our hook, go to the beginning chain and grab the yarn and pull through so that you end up having this fabulous ring. Now this is the straggler. I want to just keep that straggler around the edge of the ring so we can trap it into position. And now let's move on to round number 1. Okay, moving along to round number 1, it says to work as the same as round number 1 for the small flower. So we have to, in the instructions, go back to the small flower round number 1 and read what it says. So it says to chain 3 and 1, 2, 3, and it says to count as a double crochet here and throughout, and then 2 more double crochets into the center of the ring. So if you've done the small Picot flower, this is identical to how you're doing it for that one. So now we have to chain 2 as per the instructions, and now we have to follow the instructions. It says 3 double crochet into the ring, chain 2, and you'll see that's in a bracket. That means because that's part of the repeat, and we have to do it 5 times going around. Now you will notice that you will have this group here, and with the other 5 times that it's wanting you to repeat, you will have 3 or 6 groups of 3 going all the way around. So let's just 3 double crochet into the ring and just keep going around. You keep that straggler on top of that outside of the ring, it will get well hidden, and chain 2 after each one. So 3 double crochets in. Very easy. And chain 2. 3 double crochets in. So you will notice that eventually you're going to come to your last group and there will be hardly any room left into the center. You could just move these stitches around, so you can just grab the center and just kind of shift it if you need to. So 1 and 2, and we want a total of 6 groups of 3. Okay, so we got 1. So you can pinpoint, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 2. We've got to just do 1 more group of 3. And of course after your group of 3 you chain 2, 1 and 2, and then join it to the top of the beginning chain 3 that you started off with, and that will conclude off round number 1. So this is identical to how you did the small flower, but this is the larger version this time. In round number 2, this is the final round. This is how quick these things go, and it says to slip stitch into the next double crochet. Now these rounds all start off into the center of the groups of 3, so therefore if I start right now I'm gonna be out of alignment. So that's why it's telling you to slip stitch into the next double crochet, because that will take you to the center of the group of 3 that you have. So let's begin. It says to chain through 2, 1 and 2, and in the next chain 2 space over here you're going to do a cluster. So 3DCCL, that's 3 double crochet cluster into the next chain 2 space. So here we go. We're going to come in and we're going to do a cluster. So we're just going to pretend we're going to start off with the double crochet. We're going to pull through 2 and hold. Now normally double crochet I would pull through again and finish the stitch, but I don't want to. I want to do a cluster. So I'm going to wrap the yarn again, going into the same space, pull through 2 and hold, and I'm holding these onto my crochet hook. So to the point where you have now 3 here, which is that's what it's asking for, 3 double crochet. This one here is the beginning. So as soon as you have 4 loops on your hook, you know that you have your cluster done. So let's finish it. So we're just gonna grab the yarn and pull through all 4. And now it says to do a picot. So to do a picot is 1, 2, 3. You chain 3, and then coming into the group of 4 loops that you had already is that you're just gonna go into that space, pull through, and pull through the loop that's on there, just like so. And this creates a point. So now we have to chain 2, 1 and 2, and I'm gonna show you this again, so don't worry if I'm going too quick. So here is the group of 3. So you're just gonna immediately after you chain 2 just slip stitch it to the middle of the group of 3, and that will conclude one whole side. So let's begin. So we're gonna, to start off again, is that we chain 2. So that will take you up to starting up the point, and now we're going to do a 3 double crochet cluster into the next chain 2 space. So we're gonna grab, pull through 2 and hold, grab, going in, pull through 2 and hold, like so. So to the point where you get 4 loops onto your hook. Once you have your 4, pull the yarn through, and now let's do a picot together. So 1, 2, 3, going into the same space as all 4 of those loops, and pull through and through. Oops, I dropped my stitch, pull through just like so, and now we need to join it to the other side. You see it's coming up this side. I need to join it to the middle of the double crochet over here. So 1 and 2, so chain 2 and then slip stitch it to the center. I'll show you one more time. So let's begin again. So we're going to 1 and 2 coming in over here. So we're going to do 3 double crochet cluster, just like so. Once you have your cluster, you're going to pull through so that it's done, and now the picot 1, 2 and 3 coming into all 4 of those loops, pull through and through, and now chain 2 so that you come back down the other side. So complete the rest of this round off. I'll show you how to fasten off and hide in your loose ends, and this will be how to do the large picot flower. Now when you come to your final one over here, you're just going to slip stitch it. So I've already done my chain 2 coming off the picot, and then I just want to slip stitch to where I started to do the chaining of 2 when I started the round. So right down into the center and pull through and through. So we're just doing a slip stitch, and I want to show you how to fasten this off and hide in your ends really easily. So I've already just trimmed my yarn right now. I'm just going to pull up like so, and what I want to do is before I pull up like this, I want to just put that string through the loop one more time, like so. I made that a lot more complicated than it is, and what that does is it locks itself onto there. So now what we're going to do is just grab your darning needle. It's the best way to hide your tail ends. It's something that I never really did a lot of up until this year. I'm doing better effort to hide in my tails. So here we go, and all I want to just do now is that I've come from this direction going around, so I'm just going to turn it around, and I'm just going to go into the same direction from which I just came, and I'm just slipping it into the stitch work. Okay, so I'm gone in one direction. I'm going to come into a different area so that the stitch work doesn't pull out, and come back in the same direction and go into the opposite direction again one more time. And by going 3 times like that, anybody can yank on this thing and they will never find a yarn end, because you've gone back and forth 3 times, it just locks it onto itself. So here's your large picot flower, and you can see here's the smaller version. So there's slightly difference of size, but it looks amazing once they're put together and working. So you just have to basically just sew them down onto the top of your project. You can even cascade them, so you don't have to put them right over top. You could just put them as like a really just kind of a neat idea, being really eccentric and fun on your project, but overall just generally really exciting and interesting. So that's it for today. On behalf of redheart.com as well as the Crochet Crowd, these are your larger and your smaller picot flowers. Join me next time as we have more free patterns and ideas. Until then, we'll see ya.